Okay, y'all, so I promised you a video in celebration of Drake's 20v1, which is the 1 year anniversary of all of the battles from last year. But before I do that, funny. I just thought I should come on and just preface what I'm going to be saying in these videos with a couple of things. Number one, my respect for Kendrick is absolutely vanished. It's gone, done, finished, kaput. It's over. Why do 100%. You ask? Because the more that I look back at the motion and movements,
Kendrick is just a hater. That's the problem. Now that I really look at it, because you look at the way that he was moving, he allowed so many people to jump on Drake. And he's the last one which came there and stabbed Drake in his back. But the crazy part about this is just like, if it wasn't for, I guess, the Not Like Us song, Kendrick would have lost that whole battle. Because I'm listening to Drake's tracks right now and I'm like, that Push-Ups diss track it's decent, buddy. It's decent. We're not playing Kendrick. I'm sorry. I'm not in the whip playing Kendrick.
They say Drake legal team done got a hold of Kendrick's record deal. What y'all gonna do? Y'all find out Kendrick on the 360. I'm bullshit. But this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all said this wasn't going anywhere. You don't get little wins like that if it ain't going anywhere. The judge had to say, shit. I mean, yeah, go on look at it. Go on look at it. You can't call me a pedophile and not get sued. I just want to bring that back up in case it faded away a little too much. Y'all know how y'all like to fade away when y'all wrong. I remember it. I was here. Y'all was all on TikTok. Oh, so Drake's suing and not for defamation of someone calling him a PDF file? I was like, he better. And then they were like, well, he's suing UMG. Yeah, for defamation. You know, and we had this conversation not too long ago. I just want to give y'all a refresher. You get in a car accident, you don't sue the person, you sue their insurance. You get bit by their dog, you don't sue the person, you sue their insurance. You have a slip and fall accident at work, you sue the insurance. At Walmart, you're not suing Walmart, you suing the insurance. The insurance. And UMG happens to be they the company with the insurance for their artist. I just want to refresh y'all. Cause a lot of y'all had a lot to say about him not suing for defamation, but that's what he doing.
Just mid! It was mid! It was mid! It was nothing spectacular! Kendrick fans were just glazing him!
It's okay. It's okay.
Drake's had enough!
Chill.
This was Kendrick Lamar's idea. He absolutely wanted to dethrone Drake. He calculated his time and his movements. He saw kind of the downgrade or down slope, of time in terms of how long Drake had been successful, and thought, here's my chance. I haven't gone back to actually pinpoint exactly what made him think, here's my chance. My guess is, taking the temperature of a lot of folks in the industry and what had been whispering behind the scenes, he calculated and knew, now's my chance. And I only got one. Let's be honest, Kendrick's career, as great as people think he may be, and even I did at one time, and as artistic and all these other things, at the end of the day, he had plateaued. He wasn't going any higher. He certainly wasn't going any lower, but he wasn't going any higher either. Everything fell like dominoes. That's not how things work in a real battle. People are scattering. There's some missteps in terms of deliveries and time. Things were too calculated, but I'm going to tell you, I made several videos during the battle as it was happening in real time, and I kept saying, something about this feels manufactured. Something about this is not organic. This is not the movements of a rapper who is on the attack. And I'm talking about Kendrick. Pre-recorded diss tracks. Pre-recorded diss tracks, the timing and entrance of several rap artists, y'all. And I can't say enough how Rick Ross, I can't say enough how Sir, believe it or not, you coming in actually made it appear more fake fake and more WWE than anything else. Your entrance alone.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas, smoke weed with the niggas while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. That shit costs 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late, and you can't call her when you get in this shit. This shit too deep to call your mama, white boy.
Your entrance alone, because you had no business being in it. You had no business being involved in it. Who gets involved in other people's beefs and battles? If that wasn't a pile-on, if that wasn't a coordinated strategy to get rid of that man, Drake, I don't know what was. And if
I think a lot of people have animosity towards Drake just because he is one of the greatest rappers of all time. He is. And, or not even maybe the greatest, I would have to say the most popular and the most famous rapper of all time. Lupe is the greatest rapper of all time, but that's another video. But I find that very interesting because I'm like, a person which is doing better than you will never pick a fight with you. That's how it usually is. If he's doing better than you, just doesn't really care. It's just like, oh yeah, sure. But Kendrick is constantly thinking about the dude. He has to write rhymes. Like, imagine you are so obsessed with somebody that you have to go into the booth and you have to write, oh, I hate you so much. What? Like, is this 10 things that I hate about you? I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but it kind of felt like that. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. Like, what? Is this like, are these two lovers? You know, did Drake Kendrick, and then Kendrick was like, I miss, like, what's happening? Because it's so weird. I would be like, bro, why are you so obsessed with me?
Look, Kendrick fans, we need to have a serious talk, and I'm one of you, but fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale is not a valid defense or pre-defense to being accused of hitting your wife. Imagine I tell a judge, hey, the prosecutor's gonna lie about me, and then the prosecutor's like, yo, this dude just like robbed a church, blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, see, told you so. The whole I can predict your angle thing and I don't have to respond because I predicted your angle thing should only apply to like the kid not being his. Like frivolous drama that doesn't matter, but if he's laying hands on his wife, I think it's not crazy to expect a, hey guys, I didn't hit my wife out of Kendrick. Yes, he calls Drake a liar, okay? But that's not enough. You need to address the issue. Y'all are not consistent because you understand Drake did the same thing, right? Drake was like, yeah, you're probably going to bring up me and underage girls at some point. And when Kendrick did you see anybody be like, oh man, Drake just predicted his move, man, let's go. When Kendrick said this right here, he was lying to all of our faces because you guys definitely are. What would you guys have said if Drake merely just said, yeah, guys, Kendrick's lying, and then moved on with the diss? And that's why I don't understand this narrative about the Heart Part 6. They're like, oh, he's playing defense. He's just denying things. If you get accused of a crime, you should deny it, especially when it's one of the most heinous things you can do.
At what point does Kendrick Lamar send Drake a thank you note? Maybe a little fruit basket. Because in a year absolutely dominated by female pop stars, Kendrick's pure hatred deep down for Aubrey Graham brought him 5 Grammy Award wins and a Super Bowl performance. Never in my life have I had a beef that fruitful.
I had to edit my video because I don't want there to be any misunderstandings as to what I'm trying to say. Kendrick approached UMG wanting a separate label deal. In my opinion, everything I'm about to say is my opinion. He explained to them that he wanted to dethrone Drake. He explained, in my opinion, the temperature of the industry, how much influence Drake may or may not have had, who was really his secret enemy, and how this could work. Lucian Grange may have been like, tell me more, okay? And it was born. That short-term agreement was like, if this works the way it...
No, I don't think that that's how it went down. I think what happened was just Kendrick was a hater. He released a diss track, and then Drake responded, and then it became a big thing, and then UMG was like, oh my gosh, we could make money from this. It was art by accident. That's what I think happened. I don't think that anybody was thinking that this is going to be as big as it became, because whatever happened then, it was just like lightning in the bottle.